วัสดีครับอาจารย์ฮัลโหลครับได้ยินครับโอเคครับ
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who's interested is welcome to join. We will start with our first participant, which is Felicia Chan.
Good evening, Ajaan. My practice so far so good. Today I don't have question. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay. Keep on practicing.
Okay, thank you. Anumodana.
All right.
I'm so happy.
Okay.
I don't know how to repay, Ajaan. Sorry. Thank you.
You don't have to pay me anything. Just make yourself happy. That's the way to pay me back.
Thank you.
All right. Next, Mechi Willie from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Today I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay. Priya and Indy. Paula.
Oh, good morning. Good morning from here.
Hello,
from Toronto.
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 Thank you so much for all your responses and the answers. It's very useful for our practice, And you have anything to say?
Yes, Ajaan, thank you so much. From a heart full of gratitude. Things have been so much easier with meditation and contemplation since we started joining you and listening to you. So much merit to you.
And I have just a comment. Like I feel like the outdoor meditation is a little bit more. Since the weather is getting better, I get out under a tree. I have a small area. It feels a little bit more conducive, even better. Do you think there's a difference? Maybe because of the change, or is it the way it is? The birds, the trees, when usually I have a meditation room in the winter, but when I get out, I feel a little bit much better results.
Well, generally speaking, a natural setting is better for meditation than a human-made surrounding, because human-made surroundings are usually defilements created. They are created to serve the defilements, so they can be an hindrance to meditation, to Dhamma practice. But if you go to a natural setting, that's where there's no defilement. Defilement don't create the natural setting. So it will be more conducive for meditation. The Buddha became enlightened in the forest. Most of the noble disciples, they all became enlightened in the forest. None of them became enlightened in the palaces or in the condos in the mansion. This all defilement created surroundings
Yes.
to trap you in the
Yeah.
the grip of the defilements and delusion.
Yeah.
So you have to go out. You have to be a homeless, live like a homeless. Then you can wander in the forest, and then you'll find that forest is the best place because nobody frequent the forest. So it's a much quiet place. Okay.
It's Bhante.
Thank you.
And one other question, like now, even like with the jhana, like a samadhi, it's as a subtle amount of stress, even in the first jhana with the rapture of bliss, so the finding this peace within. But there is a certain amount of still a little bit of stress. So as we go along, the jhanas went to is it become less and less stress towards the equanimity? Like equanimity is the least amount of stress, but still there's a bit of stress.
Well, they are stressed because they are still struggle between the defilement and your mindfulness. So there's tension because your mindfulness wants to bring the mind inside, while your defilement wants to bring the mind outside toward the sensual objects. So, but if your mindfulness is stronger than your defilement, then the stress will become less and less. And eventually the defilement will stop resisting the power of mindfulness. And there will be no stress. That's when you get to the fourth jhana. When the mind becomes completely still, the defilement stop working temporarily because of the strength of mindfulness. But you don't have to be concerned. Your concern when you meditate is your focus.
Yeah. Because it's all constructed anyway, even jhanas, right?
Don't need to analyze where you are now, which jhana, and so forth.
Yes.
If
So
you
it is
do
also we make it. It's constructed. We create it through breath or whatever the process we do it. So it's a doing. So till we get to non-doing, there's a bit of stress because it's all constructed. It's a sankhara, right? At the end of the day.
Yes, sankhara are being pulled two directions. One, the direction of defilement, and one, the direction of mindfulness.
So
So it's like a tug of war.
Tug of
Try
war.
pulling the mind one way or the other.
that's right.
So you feel stressed when you meditate. But when you watch TV, you don't feel stressed because you go in the same way, same direction.
Yeah.
Watch TV.
Yeah. I see. Got it.
When you sit down and play cards, you can do it for all night. And don't
Yeah,
feel
I'm
any
in the
stress.
garden. I'm so not stressed at all. Looking at the roses. So I guess that's because I'm sensual design.
Play chess, play card, play Scrabbles, play Monopoly. You can do that all night long without any stress.
Yeah.
But when you have to sit down and meditate and focus on your breath, stress starts to come up right away.
Because you're going with the flow. That one, this is trying to go against the flow.
That's right.
Patisotagami.
Against the flow of the defilement.
Mhm.
Kama chanda. Sensual pleasure. Desire for sensual pleasure.
So are these sensual pleasures? I mean, we've been like entertaining for such a long time. Maybe not this lifetime, many lifetimes. So it is a tough one to eventually get through. But once it starts breaking it slowly, does it like suddenly collapse the whole thing? Boom, or it's just we don't see it collapsing inside. Slowly it is happening underneath the surface. It's melting, but suddenly everything goes at one stage with your ignorance is gone and the craving is no more.
Well, when you practice, you get the temporary defeat of the defilement, the sensual pleasures. When your mindfulness can get the mind to stop thinking, then the mind becomes still, then your sensual pleasure will disappear, sensual pleasure desire. But when you come out, it can still come back and hit at you again. So then you need wisdom to get rid of it completely, permanently. You need wisdom. You have to understand why you shouldn't deal with any sensual pleasures, because they are anicca, dukkha, anatta.
So jhana is a temporary shelter, whereas the wisdom is a complete shelter, like permanent
That's
shelter.
right. Yeah, because you know why you should not deal with, you should not have any desire for sensual pleasure, because they are anicca and they are temporary, and they can bring you dukkha when you don't get what you wanted.
That's right.
Sorry, Bhante. I think I took too much time. You go ahead. Like there's a lot of people waiting.
Thank you.
That's okay, no problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, that's all for now.
Yeah, that's all today.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go to Coxswain from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. I'd like to thank you for your advice given about treating my mother as a master, and myself and my sister who is now caring for my mother as a servant. And it really helps to relieve a lot of the stress that my sister and myself we are facing. So whenever my mother wants to have a way, and my sister wants to argue, and I'll tell my sister, oh, she's the master, we are the servant. So let her have a way. And and with this, there are less stress on us, and my mother doesn't make a fuss out of it also. Yeah. So thank Ajaan for this very good advice given. Yeah.
Okay, try to stick to it. Don't forget it. You might remember it for a few days, and before long you might forget it, and you will start to become the boss again.
Yeah, I will constantly replay the YouTube video again together with my sister to remind her and myself. Yeah.
No, it's better to just keep saying I'm the servant. My parents are my boss. I have to do what they command me to do. Tell me to do.
And I also in between when my mother is sleeping or when she's watching TV, I will do my samatha meditation to regain some of my energy. However, I do notice that during my meditation, especially in the morning, when my mother is sleeping, I will always have this constant so-called subconscious that, oh, my mother is calling me, there are some sound and so on. So I find that I'm not able to really meditate peacefully during this period.
Yeah, just because you still worry about her.
Yes. And now, whenever she's sleeping, we will always play the Chinese Amitabha Buddha mantra, and we were actually advised to play 24 hours so that it will sink into her, and we also chant with her each day at least once when she's awake, so that she will always remember this mantra. So the thinking was that when she's going to pass on in her last breath, she will be able to remember this mantra so that she can pass on peacefully.
Well, you don't know. Yeah, because maybe she's not listening to your chanting. Maybe she is irritated by your chanting and doesn't want to listen. You should ask her first whether she wants you to chant for her or not.
She will chant, but she says she chant it silently, and after chanting for she used a rosary bit to count, and after she said, oh, it's enough already, so she said will stop chanting. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's all, Ajaan.
All right. Okay. Next, Alvin Lee from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur.
Good evening, Ajaan. I don't have any question.
Just listening in. Thanks a lot.
Okay, go to Declan Doyle. Are you back in Ireland now, Declan?
Yes, Ajaan, I'm back in Ireland at the moment.
Where
I
are
don't have.
Where are you in Dublin? No.
No, I'm in the countryside. I'm in Wexford, in a small village, and it's conducive for meditate, for quiet life, and it's good. So I'm just getting my practice back online, and I just want to thank you very much for meeting you during the summer, and so I'll just continue.
Yes,
Hopefully I'll
please.
meet you again.
Yeah, keep up with your practice. Don't give up.
I will do.
Try to maintain it.
Yes, Ajaan. Thanks, Ajaan.
Okay, good. Good to see you again.
Thanks, Ajaan.
Next, Kwan Liman from Malaysia.
ท่านอาจารย์ I dreamt of a spirit asking for merits, and immediately a moment of fear arose. Next moment, I recallท่านอาจารย์ saying anicca dukkha anatta, and the fear disappeared just like that. In that split second, I saw how from seeing the spirit, the feeling of fear arose, and how the thought was constructed, perceiving that the thing I saw was a spirit asking for merits. I was conscious about the process, and it rise and gone just in a split second. But the experience was very clear, and I actually saw how powerful it was to contemplate on anicca, dukkha, and anatta. At that moment, it was clear.
Yes, if you can see things as anatta, as natural phenomena, then you can just leave them alone. No need to react with love or hate or fear or delusion. Just merely know, and then you'll be okay.
Yes, as soon as I noted it and anicca, dukkha, anatta, and then the fear just disappeared and gone in that split second. Yeah, but Ajahn, can we continue to contemplate and stay mindful even when the mind is resting or in the sleeping mode? Because in the daytime, I try to keep my attention within. So in that at that moment when I was sleeping, and then it just came, and I could actually apply anicca, dukkha, anatta, and Ajahn came like anicca, dukkha, anatta. So and then it just go off, the fear just go off, and without me having to react or on anything. Yeah.
Okay. So,
So-
did you ask a question or just mention?
Huh?
Did you ask me a question or not?
Oh, yeah. Actually asked Ajahn, when we are in a sleeping mode, can our mindfulness still be? Can we still have mindfulness and apply contemplate on anicca, dukkha, anatta as in this case, which I did?
Maybe just on a special case, special situation, and it just briefly. It's more of the mind's reaction, automatic reaction to a certain situation, a certain thing that appears in your dreams. This is due to the fact that you might have trained your mind to react that way when you are awake.
Yes.
So when you sleep, then you will automatically react the same way that it has been trained to react. You cannot consciously make it to do contemplation because you're sleeping. See? And when something comes up in a dream, then it can then react. Just as the way you said it reacted. But it's not something that you do consciously. in your sleep.
Mm. Yes, because in the daytime, I try to keep mindfulness with. I try to keep mindfulness within, and if there's anything, I will also contemplate on anicca, dukkha, and anatta. So that was a special experience in the dream. That the fear just disappeared when I noted on anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Okay, it's just an indication as to how your mind will react to certain situation.
Mm. Yeah. So I just continue contemplating anicca, dukkha, anatta in the daytime.
Well, you also need to do the meditation.
Yes, I do.
You have to divide about 50-50, 50 contemplation, 50 meditation. It's like sleeping and working. You don't sleep 24 hours a day. You don't work 24 hours a day. You split between the two. The mind need time to rest, not working all the time. So you have to provide the mind the time to rest in meditation. And when you're not resting in meditation, then you can work, then you can do contemplation.
Yes. So I also continue to do meditation. When I do sitting, during that period, I do not feel anything or think of anything. It just go empty and rest, like Ajaan say. And when I finish meditation, then it just get back to normal. Yeah. But during that time, it was like nothing happened, like nothing, and I rested. Like, yeah, it just get back to the same mood every time when I sit. I don't feel the body. I don't feel any thoughts or what. Just peaceful and calm.
Okay, good.
So that's correct, Ajaan.
If you can keep your mind calm and peaceful either by mindfulness or contemplation, then that's all right. That's the right way. With contemplation, you get a more permanent peace than mindfulness. Mindfulness gives you a temporary peace of mind, but with wisdom, it can give you a permanent peace.
Ajaan, can I ask another question? But sometimes I feel that my mind just switch off completely. At least like I'm not thinking of anything, but it's not like nothing happened. So how should I go about this? If it just go off, like it's not thinking and it's not doing anything.
Well, it depends on what were you doing at that time. If you have to do work, you were working or do something.
Yeah, even
You
if
might take a pause. You might take a pause. The mind might just suddenly take a pause, and you just have to stop doing what you're doing, because you cannot do anything when the mind take a pause.
yeah, like for example, when I'm buying something, going to buy something, so I will just like buying, but I don't like thinking much about anything. It just like driving a car. It just when when I tune on to the destination that I want to go, then it just go and it just complete what I need to do, and I wasn't like thinking much during that time.
Well, the goal is not to think, just to know what you're doing.
Yeah, it know what I'm doing, but I'm not thinking of anything. It just switch off, like.
Okay, that's good. So what do you want to do?
Because it's like not thinking, it's not nothing. Yeah.
So what? Is it good or bad for you? You have to ask yourself.
It's good because I feel very empty.
Well, if it's good, then keep it. Look, take care of it. Look after it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Mm. Thank you, Tan Ajahn.
Okay. Alfredo from Sao Paulo.
Hi, Bante.
Hello.
Hello. My meditation is good.
How about your bike riding? Good too?
No. I have to turn on the bike to battery not find no, not finish to battery
Oh,
not
yeah.
finish.
You have to change the battery.
Yes.
So
only
you
the week.
so you cannot ride your bike.
No, Bante. Only I like a lot, but I not ride very much.
How often you ride your bike?
On past I ride for 10 years on past,
I
but
see.
now only once a time.
This is for pleasure, right? Riding your bike is for pleasure, not going to the market or going to work or doing things with it.
Yes, I think I am a meditation people, but I look for the journals, né, Bante? I like journal, né, Bante? It's my life, Bante. My life is journal, Bante.
Yes, but occasionally when your friend asks you to go biking with them, you have to go with them, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a group.
I see. Okay, but not two groups.
No, two twice in years.
Twice a year.
Travel.
I
Yes.
see. Okay, twice a year. Good. But most of the time you do jhana, you practice meditation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And wisdom too, né, Bante? Anicca, dukkha, anatta. I think wisdom is the same sunyata. The wisdom is a normal thing, né, Bante? Wisdom. We don't have to see wisdom for a problem, né, Bante? Wisdom is not a problem, né, Bante?
Well,
How you know wisdom? Wisdom is a problem, Bante.
No, wisdom is a solution.
It's a solution
to the solution to the
Yes.
problem.
Yes. The defilement is a problem, but
yes, that's right. Delusion is a problem.
Yes.
Wisdom is the solution.
Yes.
See, if you see your body as yourself, this is the illusion. Wisdom says this: your body is anatta, not you.
Yes.
No self in your body.
Yes.
But your delusion said this is my body, this is me, right?
Yes.
When something happened to this body, you get dukkha if you have delusion. But if you have wisdom, when something happens to your body, you will have no dukkha.
Yes.
Because you see it, because you know it is not you. You are not the body.
Sakaya Ditti.
That's right, Sakaya Ditti.
Yes.
But you have to prove this when this is just theory we're talking right now. You have to expose your body to some form of dukkha and see how you react.
Yes. I like jhana because the knowing is only appears in jhana, né, Bante?
Only what?
The knowing.
Yes.
Only appear in jhana, né, Bante?
Well, we have the knowing is always there, but it's being blocked by the sankhara, your thoughts and your emotion. When you meditate, when you have enter into jhana, your thoughts and emotion disappear. Then all you have them is the knowing.
Yes.
Right now, there's knowing, but it is being blocked by our conversation. We don't see the knowing. Only when we stop thinking, stop talking, then we can see the knowing.
Yes.
But without the knowing, we would not know what we are talking about.
Yes. It's a Nietzsche.
It's a knowing. It's not anicca. Knowing is not anicca. Knowing is the knowing element.
Yes.
Okay. Keep practicing.
I think I think that knowing is a little wisdom, Bante. Is a part of wisdom.
No, knowing is not part of wisdom. Knowing is just knowing. Like seeing, like hearing, seeing, hearing. This is not wisdom. It's just a function. Knowing is a function of the mind. It knows, but it doesn't know good or bad, right or wrong. This is wisdom. Wisdom is the one that tells the mind that knowing what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad. Without wisdom, you don't know. That's why people sometimes they don't know bad or good, and they kept doing the bad thing and hurt themselves because they don't have wisdom. If they have wisdom, then they know what is bad for them, then they won't do it. They only do what is good for them. But the knowing doesn't have the ability to know good or bad, right or wrong. It just knows.
Yes.
It knows we are talking right now. See, this is the knowing. Without the knowing, we will not know that we are talking. Okay, but the knowing is not the problem. The problem is the thinking and the view, the seeing.
Yes, is the opposite of knowing. Thinking is the opposite.
No, it's a different function. Thinking is one function, knowing is another function.
Yes.
Two different functions. Okay, but you don't have to worry about knowing. What you have to worry is your defilement. Try to stop your defilement.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I understand a little, Bante, a little.
Okay.
I understand a little.
Well, you get to the knowing when you get into jhana. When you get to jhana, then you see the knowing.
Yes, for jhana.
Okay.
Apana samadhi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. But what I said to you is the knowing and the wisdom don't have to be a problem, né, Bante? Don't have to be a problem. Is there several sides of enlightenment, né, Bante? It's not a problem not say all things, né, Bante? Buddha is perfect. The arahants is not perfect, so Buddha, but they are not defilements, né, Bante? You don't know about all things, né, Bante? It's not important. The important is the defilements not appear, né, Bante?
That's right. All you want to know is how to get rid of your defilement. You don't have to know so many other things. But some people know a lot more things than they have to know. But this knowledge are considered bonus knowledge.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, Bante. Thanks, Bante.
All right, you're welcome.
Thanks.
You go to Tipawan from Boise, Idaho.
กราบนมัสการค่ะพระอาจารย์ There is no question at the moment. Thank you.
Okay. You go to Iwi, Indonesia.
Yeah, Ajahn, Namo Buddhaya. Ajahn, can Ajahn hear me?
Yes.
Ajahn, I have question. Is there any difference in karma between a lay people and a practitioner or a monk? Because
No,
I have
karma has no, karma is karma. Whether you are a monk or you are a layman, make no difference. It's the same karma.
people say that a monk or a practitioner who break the precept will be punished more severely than the lay people who don't understand the Dharma. Because the monk are considered to have understood but still do breaking. Is that true, Ajahn?
Not true, not true. If you steal and I steal, we both have, we commit the same karma.
So if so, then it's a pity for the non-Buddhism people or no practitioner because they don't understand anything.
That's why they have to study. Buddhism is a what you call a knowledge, something that you have to study, not just something you just you just grab it and say you have to study, you have to learn.
So sometimes I feel I have meditation, I have learning the Dharma, and if I do something wrong, the punishment will be very heavy. So it's terrible. So it's better no do learning Dharma already or practice because people say like that. I was asking Ajahn first lah. Is a different. So no difference, yeah, Ajahn.
Yeah, there's no difference. Yeah, same. If you break the law, you pay the same thing, pay the same price.
Yeah, because I something I see my friend, why his life is so terrible, why these people is so happily. Maybe this is karma, heavy karma and no heavy karma. Is that right, Ajahn? So the practitioner on the lay people all the same.
Yes,
Yeah.
the same. It's under the same law of karma.
So I feel I'm so luckily
Okay.
can understand.
Okay.
Yeah, Ajahn, thank you.
Next, Valerie from what, Seattle?
Hello, Tanajan.
Toronto.
Seattle.
Seattle. Okay.
Yes. Hello, Tanajan. Hello, everyone. Well,
Yes.
thank you so much for expanding on the knower or the knowing. My question is the knowing or the knower the same thing as the chitta?
Yes,
And
the
if
mind,
not,
the knowing element. It's a knowing element. But within the knowing element, there's other functions like feeling, the ability to feel, ability to think, to perceive, and to connect with the body, with the sensual objects, sensual organs. These are the function of the knowing element. Beside knowing, it can also feel, it can also think, it can also perceive, it can also receive sensual objects from the body, from the eye, ear, nose, tongue, and body.
okay. So it's the same things as the chitta or
The chitta is the one who knows, but the one who knows also have the nama khandha, vedana, sanya, sankhara, vijnana. The ability to feel, to think, to perceive, and to connect to a body, to a physical body.
okay.
Like your mind or your chitta right now is connected to your body. It has this ability to connect, so it can see what the eye see, hear what the ear hear. And it can also perceive what it sees, what it hears, and feel from having perceived what it sees or what it hears. Then it can feel good or bad about it.
Okay. And the Chitta Tan Ajahn, can it also come out and sort of grab like a thought? Like,
The chitta is the one that what you call is the one that react to things like cravings or hate or fear. This is the chitta reaction.
okay.
After the nama kanda perceive things like some danger, then it's the mind that will react. The knowing will react with fear or with bravery. It depends on each mind, how it is being trained to react.
Okay.
Right now, usually the mind reacts with delusion,
Mm-hmm.
or love, or hate, or fear. And this is the bad types of reaction that we want to get rid of, because this type of reaction creates dukkha or mental or stress in the mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But once that's all stripped away, you have the function of the knowing, which is just this knowing without all of the other attachments to it, or the function.
You have the function, but without any reaction, with no love,
okay.
hate, fear, or delusion. But it still function. It still knows, and it still the namakanda also function.
Okay.
But there is no reaction.
Okay.
By the mind. I mean, there are some reaction, but reaction with wisdom or common sense, but not reaction with defilement, with cravings or hate or fear.
Delusion. Okay.
Delusion.
Okay.
It's all in the mind. See, everything here is in the mind.
Mm.
The namakanda the function of feeling, seeing, thinking, perceiving. But it's the mind that reacts with love or hate, with fear or with delusion, or with loving kindness, or with equanimity. This is the mind's reaction. This is something we need to develop.
Go ahead, Ajahn.
This is why we are doing the practice, to develop this good reaction and eliminate the bad reaction. We want to eliminate the love, hate, fear, and delusion reaction, and develop loving kindness, compassion, equanimity, and sympathetic joy as the way of reacting. See, our noble disciple will react with love, with compassion, with loving kindness, with sympathetic joy, or with equanimity. They will not react with love, hate, or fear, or delusion. Understand?
Yes, Ajahn, thank you.
That's where you want to go. That's where we all want to go. To react with the metta, karuna, mudita, ubeka. Not react with love, hate, fear, or delusion.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
That is so helpful.
Are you still meeting? Your group still meeting every?
Yes, Ajahn, Wednesdays and Saturdays.
I see. Any particular place or?
So on Saturdays we have what's called now the triple gym or triple gym. So it's in a gym setting at St. Mark's, and then on Wednesdays it's online with mainly with Ajahn Kovalo, and on Saturdays right now it's Ajahn Nisabo.
Okay. Do you have many people attending the meeting?
Oh, a lot, Ajahn. Yeah, it's blossomed so much since a year ago. So there's probably about 70 or 80 people that come in person. on Saturdays, and then there's quite a bit that attends the Zoom meetings on Wednesdays too.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
good to
you.
hear.
Yeah. Thank you,
Keep-
Tanajan.
All right, you're welcome. Next, I'll go to Uruguay. Ricardo.
Hello, Ajaan. Nice to see you. Nice to see you all. I'd like to make you two questions. One is craving for the magic. When I was there at the mountain in Wat Yang, twice it happened to me when I was at the Kuti that I happened to see like lights on the forest, small lights about this size that appear for like a flash and I was doing walking meditation, and beside the walking path I saw those lights, and although I didn't pay much attention, I know my mind has the craving for the magic. I mean, seeing why this happens. It's unusual.
It's your defilement. Your defilement to seek for the supernatural things.
Yeah. And why is that? I mean, I know it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's not making any harm to anybody, but our mind, like, it's searching, desire for all that.
Because it hasn't found something better yet. Once it has found something better, then it stops searching for other things. So you have to get into jhana, then you stop searching for other things. Because the best thing is the peace that you get from jhana, peace and happiness that you get from jhana. Then from then on, you will lose interest in other things. Because what you see is just a sensual object. That's what it is, and you still have sensual. You still have kama chanda. You still have craving for sensual objects within your mind. So, especially something extraordinary, you become bewildered. You become, attracted to something strange, something different. That's all. But if you have wisdom, you say, oh, it's just another sensual object. And they are anicca, dukkha, anatta. You just look at it like that. And you can then let it go. Forget about it.
We watch too much movies and stories.
Yeah, we many stories, ghost stories or IT, ET, extraterrestrial.
Yeah. Yes.
It's all imagination. It's all imagination.
Okay.
But once you have peace and from jhana, then you know this is the real thing. This is what you want. So you don't pay attention to other things. You just try to get into jhana as much as possible.
The other question would be like, actually I don't, although I took some courses at the end of last year from a university in Spain about Buddhism, I don't read much about suttas and Buddhism, as you said a moment ago, that we can learn reading from the Buddhas, that it can be studied also. I try more to practice, but I think there should be some kind of balance. I know that there are many Ajaans and enlightened persons who didn't even know how to read, right? And
That's
only
right.
with the practice.
All you need to know is how to do mindfulness,
Right.
how to develop mindfulness, how to stop your thinking. That's all you need to know when you practice. All the other knowledges are just not important. They become important when you're in the next stage of vipassana, and you want to know the three characteristics of existence, and you want to know the Four Noble Truths. But that's all you want to know, really. So stick to this, mindfulness and wisdom. Mindfulness is, how to develop, how to stop your mind from thinking, so that your mind can enter into samadhi or jhana. Once you have jhana, you have peace of mind, you're happy, then you can teach your mind to see that everything that you used to like, they are all anicca, dukkha, anatta. They are not worth having, because they will cause you dukkha sooner or later. That's all. Then you can become enlightened.
So simple, so wise.
Somehow people thought that since there are so many suttas, they have to learn all the suttas before they can practice. No, you don't really. It's just a lot of repetitive teaching, really, but put in a different light, different under different situation. But it's all about the same thing: how to get rid of dukkha. But when you practice, you don't have to know all these things. When you practice, you just have to know what sila is, what samadhi is, what panya is. That's all you want to know, the three things. Sila, samadhi, and panya. How to develop them. Okay, stick to these three things. Sila, samadhi, and panya. Oh, the Noble Eightfold Path, that's what it is. Sila is right action, right speech, right livelihood. Samadhi is right effort, right mindfulness, and right samadhi, right concentration. And panya is right thought and right view and right thought. But you need only to need this three things if you practice for enlightenment. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Tanacha.
Know your precept. You know your sila. What you have to keep. What you have to maintain. Do not kill. Do not steal. Do not commit adultery. Do not drink alcohol or any intoxicant. People don't like simple things. They like something profound because they don't have to do any practice. But with something simple, they have to do it, and they find it hard to do. Not to drink, they find that hard to do. Not to lie, it's hard to do. Not to cheat, it's hard to do. So they overlook the simple thing and go to the profound thing. But you cannot go up there, when you cannot do the simple things yet. Don't try to maintain sila, the 5 precepts or the 8 precepts. Then you will be able to practice meditation more successfully. And then you will have more, then you will be able to understand the Four Noble Truths and the 3 characteristics of existence. Okay. Did I answer all your questions? 2 questions so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Pure panya. Thank you, Tanacha.
Okay. Next, Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. No questions, just listening. Thank you.
Okay. Go to Penang. Christine Goy.
Good evening, Ajaan. These few days I continue listen to your Dhamma talk. I understand more about Dharma, and I feel it's so easy and simple, and how to control the heart and try to be happy and peaceful, and take it easy, make it simple, and stay with the one who knows is really benefit. Then I understand that if we stay try to meditate, the heart will do, how do I say, will have less energy, so it feel very light. That's all.
Okay. The important thing is to stop your craving. Okay, that's the goal of our practice. Sila, Samadhi, and Panya are the tools for us to use to stop our cravings. If you have Sila, Samadhi, Panya, and you still allow your cravings to run all over the place, then this is useless. You want to stop your sensual pleasure craving for being, craving for not being, because they are the one that cause you dukkha. But you cannot stop them without Sila, Samadhi, and Panya. Okay, first you have to acquire the tools. Once you have the tools, then you have to use the tools to get rid of your defilement, your cravings.
Yes, Tanajan last week said that try to maybe practice or having 8 precepts, so less how do I say less
craving. Yeah.
Less craving.
Okay. All right. Is that all?
Yeah, I will try to meditate more. I feel very light and I feel very peace.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
And when you come out meditation, you should eat less, drink less, consume sensual object less. Okay.
I will try to control and keep remind myself that eating just to fulfill the hunger.
Yes. And don't watch any entertainment or music if it's possible.
Wasting time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, Belinda from Singapore.
Hello, Ajaan. I wanted to ask you about relics, like the teacher's relics. Yes.
These are bones that turn into stone. That's what it is, just stone. Relics are stone, and it only happens to the bones of the Arahant. And the reason is because the Arahant mind is pure, so this pure mind can then somehow cleanse the bone and made it to become stone, become relics. But not every part of the bone become relics, just some part, not all.
Ajaan, are there any functions to these relics?
Just to prove that this person was an Arahant.
So these relics usually they place in temple. Any effect in the aura or the environment? Is there any energy to it or something like that?
We don't know where they came from, so we don't question and we don't worry about it because it's not that important. Because relics don't make you an Arahant anyway, so don't pay attention too much. Don't give it too much attention. If you want to have your own relics, you have to practice the Noble Eightfold Path. Then you'll turn your own bones into relics one day. That's better.
So if they suppose we receive some relic,
Okay, just accept and say thank you, and then put it somewhere where proper, someplace like a table or something like a something you worship.
Mm.
That's all. But we really don't know the origin, whether they're really relics or not, because people don't know how they came from. Some people may go grab some pebbles on the beach and then say, "Oh, this is relics," and give it to you. How are you going to prove it is just pebbles or relics? You don't know. See, so it doesn't matter. It's just an indication that this person, if it's true, if this relics come from this person, and that means this person has become an arahant. That's all. That's what it does. That's all.
Mm.
It can help solidify your faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. And these things are real. They're not something created by the imagination, not fiction.
Mm. So it helps to foster faith, like
Yeah, reinforce your faith. If you're doubtful whether that's really a Buddha, that's really noble disciple, or this is just a fictional character, and say, no, they are real characters.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm. But also sometimes we receive like lompo tuat, like a small. They
Amulets.
say to put. I'm not sure if it's amulet, like a Buddha statue called lompo tuat or tuat. I don't know, but they say helps to protect us from accident. And like, is it okay to just wear it like a gift or just?
Just like a gift, a souvenir.
Mm.
It has no magical power. I see lots of people having this thing and they die in automobile accidents, in plane crash, they drown.
Mm.
This thing cannot prevent death. I guarantee you that.
Yes.
If they can prevent death, then they will only be very popular and be sold all over the world. And the whole world will be overpopulated with people not dying.
Mm. So if a karma is due, then yeah, no objects could protect us.
When it's time to go, you go. Doesn't matter what you have with you. You don't take anything with you when you go.
Yes.
So don't worry about this thing. Just worry about your practice. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Or morality, meditation. Okay, that's the most important thing that you should focus your attention upon, not anything else.
Thank you, Ajaan.
All right. Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. I don't have any questions tonight. I'm just happy to listen in.
Okay, how's everything?
Everything is good. Everything's good. Adeline is listening in the room together with the younger one because their school tomorrow. But everything is all good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The younger one listens to your Dharma talk like a bedtime story.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go to Kafai then. Kafai from Malaysia also.
Good day to you, Ajaan. I have no question for tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Celia from Peru. Right, Lima, Peru.
Yes, perfect. Good evening, Tanajan. I have a question about meditation. Like, my mind has been quite restless lately, and I cannot concentrate in breath meditation and in Buddha and in Metta as I was doing the last months. So I switched to the 5 recollections, really doing more contemplation. And in the part of death, I spent quite a bit of time just recollecting that it is sure, that it is certain, that I'm not going to go with anything from this life. So I spend some time doing this. And then I do a Subha. When I finish the 5 recollections, I go to a Subha because, well, I've had some certain issues with sense of desire. So I think that will help. So when I finish my meditation, that is more around 1 hour, I have a bit of calmness and peace, but I have the sense that I should be doing rather breath meditation or metta and calming the mind and then do contemplation, but it's just very difficult. It's just not working that way now. So could you please advise?
Sometimes you can use contemplation as a means of calming your mind. If your mind is real restless and you cannot concentrate on your breath or on a mantra, then you might want to use contemplation. But you have to contemplate on something like death, or the 32 parts of the body, or something like this. Like you said, the five, what you say, aging, sickness, and death, separation.
Yes.
This thing will calm your mind down. And calm your mind down, but not to jhana, but calm it down to normal. Bring it back to normal, so that you can then use watching your breath as a means of getting you in deeper. In order for you to go deep into jhana, you need to watch your breath, on reciting the mantra only.
And then sometimes when I'm doing the 32 parts or contemplating that, then my mind becomes very still. And I just don't want to continue doing the 32 parts. I just want to stay there and watch the breath.
Then you should watch your breath. Once you can watch your breath, then keep watching your breath. Because if you don't watch your breath, your mind won't go any deeper than that. If you want to go into deeper, you have to be absorbed with your breath, watching your breath.
Okay, perfect. Then again, many thanks.
But then there's another level of contemplation. After you come out of meditation, when your mind come out and you have a calm mind and equanimity, then you want to contemplate to let go of your attachment to your body. This is another level of contemplation. To teach your mind to let go.
And when should I do that? I mean,
well, ideally, when you first come on meditation, your mind is more calm and neutral, so it can accept the truth easily more than when it's not calm or neutral. So you keep telling your mind, your body is not you, it's anatta. Your body is anicca, it's going to get old, get sick, and die. The body is not beautiful, it's not good looking. It has the 32 parts. But one day it's going to be turned into a corpse. This is something you want to keep teaching your mind, so it doesn't forget. So when the time comes when you get sick, they say, this is normal. You don't get excited. Or when you have to die, this is normal. What can you do? You cannot prevent it. You cannot stop it.
So then, Ajaan, if I start contemplating, then my mind becomes calm. Then I come back to contemplating. That's the way it should be. Or
but this is for another level. See. When the first level you contemplate to calm the mind.
Okay.
Then the next contemplation level is to teach the mind not to forget the nature of the body as being anicca, as being anatta. That there is no self in this body. This body is just made up from the 4 elements. This body is not good looking. It might be good looking outside, but once you go under the skin, then you can see all the other parts of the body. This is to teach your mind to see the body clearly and to see it all the time. Eventually, the goal is to be able to, every time you see your body or my body or anybody's body, you will see the whole set of information that you've been teaching your mind with. Now, this body, anicca, everybody's gonna die. This body is a super. Everybody is not good looking. Everybody, no self in the body. It's just 4 elements. This is something you want to teach your mind until it becomes automatic when every time you see a body, your body or anybody else's body. But this will take a lot of contemplation, I tell you, not just one or 2 times. You have to do it all day long, as much as possible. which it might not be possible right now because you might have to go do something else. When you go do something else, then you will not be able to contemplate on this. This is like studying the nature of the body.
And then again, just one more quick thing. And in all this meditation, what happens with metta? I think it's important, especially because sometimes I get very adverse to the place in general where I live. So I can see now it's not a problem, but I can see in the future it will be a problem. So
Metta is another subject you have to study besides the body. So you have to, that's why you need lots of time when you practice. You know, but if you're just a part-time practitioner, you won't have much time to do everything.
yes. So I just ignore it by now, given the time that I have to meditate.
It depends on whether you have problem with metta or not. If you have problem with the lack of metta, then you have to keep teaching yourself how to have metta. Metta means to forgive when somebody hurt you. If you can forgive someone, this is metta. If you can make somebody happy, this is metta.
Okay, perfect. Yes, okay.
So it depends on what you need, what you need to contemplate, what you need to embed your mind with. If you think you like metta, then you have to do a lot of metta study. But if you like the information about your body, then you have to do the study of your body. But eventually you're going to have to do everything. This is a subject that you have to need to have in order to graduate, for instance.
Okay.
There are courses
Got it.
in the path to enlightenment.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you, Tanajan. This helps a lot. Thank you very much.
Okay. Next, who else? Okay, nobody else. Okay. You just come in here to read the question, right? Oh no, you're just joining the. Okay, we can go to Facebook now for some more questions if we have any.
Yes, there are two questions from Facebook, Thanajan. The first question is from Pai Yao. Dear Thanajan, is it correct when we come across any phenomena of unseen being, we just mere knowing and contemplate on anicca, dukkha, and anatta? Thank you, Thanajan.
Yes, everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta.
And next question from Li Di Hua. Hi, Thanajan, I'm aware that everything is impermanent, but yet I have a strong fear of losing my family members. What should I do so that if I lose them, I won't feel so overwhelmed? Thanks.
You have to meditate to calm your mind because your defilement is strong and you keep resisting the truth. So you have to meditate to calm your mind. When your mind becomes calm, then the resistance will disappear, and then you can accept the truth of separation, the truth of death.
That's all.
That's all. Okay, we have our recently entered participant. It's 3 and check. I thought you wouldn't come tonight. Okay, you can speak now, Sri.
Ajaan, I'd like to know what's the difference between Nekama and Viveka.
Nekama.
Yeah, and Viveka.
Viveka.
Yeah.
Nekama means to abstain from sensual pleasure, like watching TV, entertainment, and things like that. This is nekama. Viveka is to go into seclusion, to be alone in a quiet place. Viveka. So they go together. If you want to have nekama, you usually go to viveka. You go to stay in a monastery, or go live alone in the forest. When you go live alone in the forest, it means you have viveka.
Yeah, okay.
And you practice nekama because there's no television for you to watch, no refrigerator that stock up with all types of goodies for you to consume. Then you are practicing nekama and viveka.
Ah,
Okay.
yeah. All right. Thank you. They go together. Okay.
Not necessarily, but usually they go together. But sometimes you can take your phone with you and you're alone, but you can still use your phone.
Yeah.
But in order to practice nekama successfully, you need to be viveka. You have to be alone. If you practice nekama in the house with somebody else, watching movies and drinking or doing things, then even if you try to practice nekama, you find very difficult to do because there's so many temptation around you. But if you go to a quiet place, stay alone in a forest somewhere, or stay alone somewhere, if you can find a house or a room that you can live by yourself, then there won't be as much temptation. So it's easier for you to practice nekama.
Okay.
The goal of practicing nekama is so that it will give you the time to go and meditate. So you can go and get to the ubeka, which is a better type of happiness than the happiness you get from sensual pleasure.
Yeah.
That's, if you want to practice nekama, you have to keep the 8 precepts. That's the 8 precept is the practice of nekama.
Great.
No sexual activity, no entertainment activity. Yeah. Not sleeping too comfortably, no sleeping too much, and not eating too much. Yeah. These are our nekama practices. The precepts.
Yeah.
Especially the 6 to the 8. And the third one, changing from not committing sexual misconduct into no sexual conduct at all. So this is the practice of nekama, to abstain from sensual pleasures. Okay.
Yeah, very clear. Thank you, Ajaan.
And you check, you have anything?
I just heard from you just now that you said the knowing is also a function of the mind. I always thought that the mind has 4 functions. The
Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, Vijnana.
Yeah.
And the knowing also. But we don't call the knowing the function because it knows it. But we can use the word function, right? Without the knowing, then we won't know what we are thinking, right? When you think someone has to know what you're thinking, right? And that's knowing, or the one who knows. Without the one who knows, then you don't know what you're thinking about, you know.
Yeah, that's true. And you won't know.
We don't want to mention the one who knows because it's not the problem. The problem is the Vedana, Sanya, Sankara, and Vijnana. That's the problem.
But the knowing doesn't. You said that the knowing doesn't know good and bad. You have to use the wisdom to teach the.
Right, because right now the knowing is being under the influence of the delusions. It's just the knowing to react with love, hate, fear, delusion. So you want to teach the knowing the other way, not to react with love, fear, hate, or delusion. By seeing that everything that it comes into contact with our anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Tan, you say love had the love here is attachment. It's not the meta love. It's the attachment love.
That's right. When you love somebody, you want to possess them, control them.
Oh.
This is mine. I love this person. No one can touch this person. And this person has to live with me forever. Right?
Yeah. True.
But when something happened to this person, then you get dukkha, right?
Yeah.
Because
This
but
is
if you don't love them, then you won't have any problem with that person. If you don't love that person, then that person can live or die, it doesn't matter. But if you love that person, then that person has to live, cannot die. If that person dies, then you get dukkha. So it's better not to react with love.
But the metta is different, totally different. Like metta, loving kindness.
Loving kindness is giving. So you don't take anything from that person. You give that person.
Give.
You don't take, you give. But love with delusion you take. You want that person to give you happiness. So that's why you want to have that person to give you happiness. But loving kindness is the other way around. You want to give happiness to that person. You don't want anything in return. Like when you do charity, you want to help someone in need. You give them, you don't want to expect anything back from them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's loving kindness. Yeah.
Oh.
But with your husband, you want him to give you something, right? That's delusion. That's delusional love. And it can turn into hate when he cannot deliver what you want. It's because you have delusion to think that he can give you happiness. If you see him as anicca dukkha anatta, you say no, he's going to give you dukkha sooner or later. Then you don't want to have him anymore. Yeah. It's your delusion, our delusion that causes us to love somebody, something, because we think that person will give us something that we want, we lack, happiness. But in reality, that person can sometimes give us happiness, but sometimes they cannot. When they cannot give us happiness, we become angry at that person. And we have dukkha. But if we have wisdom, we can say this person is anicca. He cannot give us happiness all the time. Sooner or later, he might not be able to, or something might happen to him. Then he will give me dukkha instead. So when you see this, if you see this person as anicca dukkha anatta, then you don't want to have that person anymore. But you don't see that. You still see him as sukha. Somebody will give you happiness. Somebody who will stay with you forever, for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Whereas if something happened to him, like 2 weeks ago when he could not speak, what happened?
She felt peace, actually.
You have to worry now. What's going to happen to him next? Will he recover or not?
So Ajaan, then for married couple have to practice loving kindness then?
Yes, well, loving kindness you have to practice with everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody, especially your couple, your partner, because if not, then you can become angry at times. Then you can subdue your anger by loving kindness. Without loving kindness, you cannot subdue your anger. When you have a loving kindness, you can forgive that person and say, okay, I forgive. Then your anger will disappear. Okay.
I really like you make it so simple, Ajahn. Like the love is like the attachment love is take, and then the loving kindness love is give. Like so, yeah, it's such a distinct that you give such a distinct explanation, and yeah, it's so simple and so good. Yeah, Ajahn. Yeah, so
Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth.
oh. I never really thought of it that way. Yeah, it's actually taking and yeah, giving. Oh.
See,
Mm.
loving kindness is being Santa Claus.
Mm. You don't
Everybody,
expect.
Santa Claus give, right? He doesn't take anything from us. He comes on Christmas Day and give us.
He doesn't take gifts from us.
Yeah. So you should be Santa Claus every day, not just on Christmas Day.
Mm.
That's what the practice of mindfulness is about. To be Santa Claus every day.
Mindfulness?
No, loving kindness.
Loving kindness. Oh, okay.
You should practice being Santa Claus every day. If you want to practice mindfulness every day. Give Sri whatever he wants. Then he'll love you forever. The reason why he hates you because you don't you don't give him what he wants.
This is a good practice then.
Yeah.
So he's happy now.
Yeah, both of you have to be Santa Claus. Then both of you will keep just giving. He gives you, you give him. Nobody takes anything from anybody.
Love that, Ajahn.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else? We have Disaya from Thailand. Do you want to speak, Disaya?
Good evening, Thanajaan. Today I don't have any question.
Okay, just watching, listening. Okay. I'll
Okay,
go
thank
to our gentleman with the Chinese character I cannot read. What's your name?
Hello, I'm Call.
Oh, Paul.
Yeah, Call. I'm from Malaysia.
Okay. What can I do for you?
Yeah. I think, can I just share with Ajahn what I understand and what I have practiced so far for the Dharma? Because
Briefly.
briefly, yes. But I will not say there is a question because I also not sure whether the way I understand is correct or wrong and the way that I practice is correct or wrong. Okay. Then there's two parts. One is the Dharma in my daily life. So I think a few weeks ago, I have joined this section and I'm taking care of my father and I have some doubt on it. So Ajahn helped me on say that my father is a master, I'm the servant. So I fine tune a bit, I will advise and let my father to decide whether what are the decision, whether he want to do it or he don't want. Okay. Then second thing is, as a lay person, what I understand from the Dharma is, as a lay person, normally I want to solve the problem. But in Dharma, it's not to solve the problem, but it's living with the problem. By right, for the lay person, we call it problem, but in Dharma, I think that's the natural. So just living with the natural.
It's both. If you can solve the problem, solve it. If you cannot solve the problem, then just live with it or leave it alone.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that you don't solve problem. You solve problem if you can. But if you cannot solve, then you just leave it alone. Let it solve it by itself. Let the problem solve by itself.
Okay. Then second thing is on the meditation part. While meditate, I keep mindfulness and I feel peaceful. So I try to apply it on my daily life since I wake up. But Well, I want to try to keep it since I wake up until the whole day. I force myself to keep mindfulness. I force myself. I will feel boring. I will feel boring of that. Then after that, I will change my mind. I just keep whenever I remember. Then I will just leave it. Then I feel more better.
Okay, if you feel better, that's okay also.
But I think I keep mindfulness is the time is increasing, but I try not to force to keep mindfulness, because if I force, I will feel boring.
Okay, just do what you can.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Is
all.
that all?
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. All right. Sulan from Singapore.
Hello, Ajahn. Nice to see you again.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you?
How am I? I'm feeling a bit tired. Yeah, because been waking up very early, like since the Taiwan trip, and then after the Taiwan trip, I joined the retreat. Yeah, I wake up early. Then I feel very sleepy.
Okay.
Yeah. Then yeah, I felt good after the retreat, because got to learn the 4 Brahma Viharas. Yeah.
Are you take the retreat online or in person?
It was in person.
In
Then
person.
it's a 3-day retreat. Then it's from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But so it's not a stayover retreat. So
I see.
yeah.
So did you find peace while you're in the retreat?
Day 1, I kind of kept sleeping. Like I kept dozing off. Then after that, I slept earlier that night. Then the next day, and day 2 and subsequently day 3, I felt more peaceful.
What did you have to do during the retreat? Meditation all day long, or do you do some other activities?
So during the retreat, we listen to Dhamma talk, like the Ajahn Kaija actually share with us the techniques, and then after that talk like share about the 4 Brahma Viharas in depth. Then after that we will have 45 minutes meditation. So it is like a 45-minute meditation, then take a break. Then after that listen to his talk, and then have a break like that.
So how many times you meditate during this retreat?
How many times?
During the one day, how many times you meditate during the one day retreat?
I think morning, then afternoon, and then late afternoon. So I think it's around got 3 times.
3 times, 45 minutes each time. 45 minutes.
To 45 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. And your retreat is what 8 hours long?
9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Yeah.
9, okay. 9 to 5 plus 3, 8 hours.
But I didn't meditate like the full 8 hours. Yeah, because in between like routines.
And you have to travel from your house to go to this retreat every day.
Yeah, for that trip, we will travel to the venue, and then we like join in for the retreat. Then it's like got quite a few of the people over there, Then they also provide lunch, vegetarian lunch. Yeah. Then
Did you find beneficial for you? Did you get any results for your practice?
yeah, I find it beneficial because like I was quite surprised that I could sit like almost 45 minutes because normally if I'm at home, then like 5 minutes I open my eyes.
Yes, it's called peer pressure. See?
Yeah. Yeah. Then my sister is like next to me, and if I open my eyes, I can see like everyone is sitting. Yeah, so that's the peer pressure there. Yeah. Then yeah, I also remember Ajaan. Ajaan, you mentioned that we should try not to move. Then I tried not to move, and yeah, I just stay still and receive.
Yes, when you first learn how to meditate, you might find it useful to meditate in a group because it kind of forces you to do the meditation. But eventually you want to be able to do it on your own because you want to do every day if it's possible. Because to get good results, again, you have to do regularly, not just daily retreats. You know. Retreat is just a way of to kickstart your practice. But once you get your practice started, then you should keep doing it alone, but at home or wherever you are. If you want to advance, you know, to progress, then you have to keep on practicing, not just wait for a retreat. Eventually, you don't need a retreat because when you can meditate on your own, then there's no need to go to a retreat. Because you can get better result when you meditate alone. And you can do it anytime you want.
Oh yeah. And actually during the retreat, I find myself like I keep wanting to go to the pantry and take some snacks or like drink water. I don't know why I like keep going to the pantry.
Yes, your sensual pressure, cravings for sensual pressure.
Yeah, I think so. And then I keep like getting distracted until I like sit down and force myself to really sit down.
But if you're with other people, then you cannot go. But if you're alone, you'll probably not be able to resist.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I find it a bit hard to resist, and I'll go and go to the kitchen.
Yeah. So you need to go to more retreat until you can control yourself, control your urges before you can meditate alone.
Yeah. Yeah, then I had a question also when I was meditating on the Brahma Vihara. Like I think like there was the that we try to like recite that may we be well, be happy, be free from suffering, and then we try to shorten that phrase to free from suffering, free from animosity. Yeah. So I felt like it became more like more of like a mindfulness meditation, like going back to the same mantra. So I had that doubt whether like am I like for Brahma Vihara meditation on metta, am I supposed to have that strong feeling of like joy every moment when I recite, or is it like or is it I just keep going back like as a mantra? Because when I kind of recite it as a recite it continually, it felt like a mantra, and I also feel peaceful from it, but not necessarily the joy that comes up from that time.
Well, this is, if you use it as a mantra, it will get your mind to become calm and peaceful. But the four Brahma Viharas are the way how you should react to people and things, to people and animals or other beings. Loving kindness is mean you should be nice, be kind to other people. You should not have any. You should not get angry. If you get angry, you should forgive, and your anger will disappear. And loving kindness also means you have to give happiness, make other people happy. If your friend like chocolate, you buy them some chocolates, and they'll make them happy this way when you see them. So it's just a way of how do we deal with people. We should always have loving kindness toward other people, because it will make other people happy, and it will also make yourself happy. Same way with compassion. When you see somebody in need of help, you should help that person. It's like not just to ignore and say, oh, not my business or something. If you can help, then you should contribute. This is what it means by compassion. And sympathetic joy is when somebody has a promotion or somebody get married, then you should show your appreciation by congratulating them. Send them flowers or send them gifts or something. And the fourth one, equanimity. If you find that you're in a situation in which you cannot do anything, then you should not feel bad. You should just say, this is the way things work sometimes. Sometimes there's something that you cannot do because it's beyond your ability to do. Maybe you want to help someone, but you cannot help someone. Then you should not feel bad. You should just say, this is the way karma works. So you protect yourself from hurting yourself or feeling bad. Sometimes we feel bad or hurt ourselves because we cannot do something for other people. But sometimes we're in a situation in which we cannot do anything. Like if somebody you love gets sick, or there's nothing you can do, right? So you should feel bad because sometimes you cannot do things for other people. So this is the way to practice the four Brahma Vihara. When you meet people, when you interact with people, you should interact with loving kindness or compassion or sympathetic joy or equanimity, depending on the situation. It really doesn't mean for you to use as a meditation object, but you can use it as a meditation object, like a mantra. May all beings be well and happy. May all beings be well and happy. Just keep reciting this to stop your mind from thinking. That's the purpose. And your mind can become calm and peaceful when you don't think. But it doesn't mean for you to generate this sympathetic joy. If you love someone and you see that someone is happy, you'll be joyful with them, right? So joy Sympathetic joy comes after you have loving kindness. When you love everybody, when you see everybody's happy, then you become joyful with them. But if you still don't have loving kindness, you still hate someone. When you see that someone you hate becomes happy, you instead of become joyful, you become envious or jealous. So first you need to have loving kindness. Then everything else will follow. Once you have loving kindness, compassion will follow. Joyful, sympathetic joy will follow. Equanimity will follow. Actually, it's the other way around. You should first have equanimity. Because when you have equanimity, you are happy. And when you're happy, then you can make other people happy. So actually, in order to be able to have all four, you need to have the first one, the last one, the equanimity from meditation. So you have to practice meditation until you get the jhana. And then you have equanimity and you have happiness. Then once you have happiness, then you can share your happiness with other people. Then you're giving loving kindness. And you can help other people when they're in need, and you can be joyful with other people when they are happy, and you can remain calm and not reacting when there's something when you're in a situation in which there's nothing you can do for that person. So really. Everything comes from equanimity. Once you have equanimity from jhana, then you will have loving kindness, you will have compassion, you will have sympathetic joy.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Yeah, you answered my question very well, because actually I had that doubt like throughout the retreat, like because I felt like even when I see a person like face to face, I'll feel that joyfulness. But then when I'm trying to sit and meditate and say I wish that person well and happy, that joyfulness is not like it's not like keep on coming out. It's like yeah, it was more like a mantra. Yeah. So
Okay.
thank you, Ajahn. Help to clear my doubt.
All right. I think everybody has asked. If anybody else would like to ask any more questions, raise your hand. Christine, go ahead.
Yeah, Ajahn, I have a question. When I meditate, should I continue focus on the peacefulness, stay with the one who knows, then the sub-object as breathing, because the breathing cannot stop. So I have to continue the peaceful and stay with the one who knows, or I have to concentrate on the breathing in and out.
Well, it depends on what you have. If you once you get to the one who knows, then you don't need to meditate. The problem is you don't get there. That's why you have to watch your breath. If you're still thinking, then you don't get to the one who knows yet. Thinking about the one who knows is not meeting the one who knows. It's two different things. What do you mean by the one who knows? You will actually see the one who knows, or you're just thinking about the one who knows?
It's just like awareness inside the heart. Then I feel awareness and stay happy and peaceful.
Without any thought?
I stop the thought.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what? You can stop the thought, then that's all there is to do. The purpose of meditation is to stop your thought, stop thinking. When you stop thinking, then your mind will become peaceful and happy.
Yeah. So I still have the breathing in and out, so ignore. Just continue, stay with the happiness and like peaceful.
Well, I'm not sure, but what you have is really real or not, or just imagine.
Maybe it's false.
Yeah. Because if it's real, you won't ask me what to do.
Oh,
You'll
okay.
know what to do.
Okay. So I continue with breathing. Focus on the breathing in and out.
Yeah, better.
Okay.
All
Because
right.
without any thoughts, I can feel very peaceful and happy.
Okay, that's good. If you can do that, that's good. But is it really happy, or you just thinking you are happy?
Okay. Okay, maybe I should try and error, continue, try meditate. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Kunla from Facebook. Okay.
There are 3 more questions from Facebook,ท่านอาจารย์ First 2 questions from Alex Excel. The first question is, Dear ท่านอาจารย์ I have a problem to be mindful when I move fast or doing things fast. Does that mean that I only need to move slow to be mindful? Thank you.
Well, you can try move slow and see whether you can you can have more mindfulness. You have to try it out for yourself.
And second question from Alex is, could you please give me an example of seeing things as they are?
Well, seeing things as they are means you don't label the things you see. You don't label this as a man, a woman, a Malaysian or Chinese or anything like that. You just see, because that thing doesn't tell you whether he or she is a Malaysian or American. It's just our mind that keeps being taught this other label that we put on what we see. In what we see, we just see pictures. We just see images. That's all there is to it.
Next question from Payal and Indira Wanpola. When you say about metta and forgiving someone who has done wrong to you, you forgive them, but reconciliation is not mandatory, it's optional, right?
Yeah, when we forgive, we don't have to tell the person we forgive that person. It's just that we no longer feel any enmity or anger toward that person. But as far as reconciliation is concerned, it depends on whether that person wants to have reconciliation or not. If that person wants, then you can give that person what he or she wants. But normally, to forgive is for our benefit, so we don't carry any more anger inside us. That's all.
And last question from Sion Chanpiran. Hello, ท่านอาจารย์ครับ How do I increase my focus through meditation? Thank you.
Just do more. Do from the time you get up. As soon as you get up, focus on something, a mantra, or watch what your body is doing. Just you have to put in a lot of time, that's all, to increase your focus. The more time you put in, the more focus you will have.
That's all, ท่านอาจารย์
That's all. Anybody else? Indy, Valpola?
I see Sulan. Oh, okay.
Okay, who? Sulan?
Payal first.
No, she didn't. Did you want to ask anything, Pia? Indy?
Everything is fine. Thank you so much, Ajaan. Thank you.
Okay.
Sulan.
Was the answer clear to you about your question you asked? Okay.
Yes, it was clear.
All right. Okay. Go to Sulan. Sulan, did you want to ask another question?
Yeah, actually, I saw the news that the Thailand was it's actually very hot right now, like 50 degrees. So not really a question, just wanted to ask, are you okay? Because
Oh, where I live is not that hot. It's usually around 30, 33, 34 degrees.
Okay.
It's in the northern part of Thailand, the northeastern part of Thailand, which gets to about 40 degrees.
Oh, that's good to know.
But where we are is near the coast, so we have sea breeze coming in, so it's not that hot.
That's good. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Okay, maybe that's about it for tonight. Thank you for your participation. I hope this meeting can benefit you and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, keep on practicing, and if all goes well, I'll see you all at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
Tanajan.
Thanks, Annie.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you so much,
Bye-bye.
Ajahn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
สาธุค่ะ
Thank you, thank you, boy. Everyone.
Good night.